Hey there, YouTubers. Norm here with Kennedy Catfish Tours, bringing you my first ever fishing review of this reel here. It's Abu Garcia 7000i. You guys can see that. Very nice reel. Very nice. Retails for about $145, I believe I picked it up for by itself. What else can I say about this thing? Overall, looks really nice. I love that sharp red with the chrome. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I like the power handle sweet on this thing too. Balanced. You see, performance for this reel is pretty good. It's not really super fast retrieve. I think it's only about 5.3 to 1 ratio. Not bad. Not terribly slow, not terribly fast. Brings the fish in, no problem. Only one real downside to this reel. When I first got it, I didn't realize that you can't really see that sticker there, but that sticker says made in China. Abu Garcia sold their soul to China. These renowned reels, renowned for their high quality, made in Sweden. But this one, unfortunately, is made in China. I'm not really too sure what that means. I know the quality probably goes down a little bit. I've seen a one review where this guy had a brand new Abu Garcia S, and he found out that he couldn't like modify it to make it better by removing this and putting mag on there. Couldn't do it. Side plates wouldn't fit. Really weird. Now he's pointing out how everything turned out to be plastic nowadays. But that's that reel. That's this reel. I don't know if I can mod this one as much as I would like to, but I think if I can't, it's no biggie. I'll keep it as is. Like I said, it cost me $145 as it is. For that price, I would think they would put better parts in this thing. On the end caps here. Here. There's bushings, not bearings. Bearings are a little bit better than bushings because they run smoother. I think that's one of the ways they cut down costs for these reels. But it runs relatively smooth. On the inside of this side plate here, if you undo all these screws here, you see the brake blocks. 4. I fished last year with all 4 on. This year I'm going to try with 2 and see if I can back off all of them and get as much free spool action out of this thing as possible. Now, settings on here. If anyone doesn't know, is your drag, your spool release. Click back in. On the left hand side, got the clicker, which allows you to go in free spool mode and not have the line spin out of control. And it leaves very little tension on your line, so fish can come pick up your bait and take off with it, and you'd hear that noise and you know you'd have a fish on. I like the look of the red and chrome, like I said. I spooled it up with roughly 300 yards. 50-pound test. Power Pro. Yellow. It's really faded now. It used to be bright yellow. What else could I say about this thing? You know, it's made in China, it's still a decent reel. It's pretty heavy. I think close to a pound. I paired it up right here with let's set this aside for a sec. This is the rod that I use with it. Rapala Magnum. Great rod. Super stiff though, but it's a heavy action. High modules, whatever that means. 2-piece, 2 to 6 ounce, 2 to 6 ounce lure weight on there. That's what I really liked about this rod. They could huck heavy lures and weights. 2-piece, 7'4". What a weird length, 7'4". 7.5, 8 foot, 7'4", whatever. This thing, a few weeks after I bought it, I actually seen it on a combo for roughly the same price. I was a little choked at that, and I realized that the rod that they had it on is not really something I would use due to the fact that I fish in heavy currents, and I like to chuck heavy leads. So I wouldn't think that rod that they put it with would match up nice with this reel for what I want to use it with. thoughts on this reel. Would I recommend it for you guys to go out there and buy? If you had an extra 50 bucks, 60 bucks, I would recommend looking for one that says made in Sweden. If you don't have that extra 50, 60 bucks, I would suggest probably this would do the trick just as well. Yeah, I think they got a bearing in the handle, which is weird. You put a bearing in the handle, that thing spin for days almost. For $145 by itself, no, I wouldn't recommend buying this reel. A little bit of a price investment. If you're new to baitcasters, I would definitely not recommend this reel for you because it is super finicky if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't set the settings right, and you will have a lot of problems, and you will put it on the shelf and you will not use it ever again. One which is really weird, when I first got this thing, these knobs here, I'm like, what the F is this? Two knobs, one with the dial. It took me a while to figure it out, but a lot of trial and error. This is your centering spool on your handle side. This will actually center your spool to where it needs to be. So all you do is tighten that up all the way. Finger tight, not too hard. And you grab your dial with the numbers on there, and you just back off of it slowly, slowly, so you hear or feel. Hear that knock? That's lateral movement in your reel. Back up. Nothing. Turn back down just slightly bit. That's what you want to start at. And then once you find that spot there, your sweet spot, you take this dial here, you push it right down to there. And that's your 0. And that's where your memory is. So if you're going to use something light and you don't want this spool spinning out of control, you turn the dial up, which will put friction on the spool and will give you less movement. If you want something heavier and you want that line to fly, you back up. Tons of free spool movement. I think I'm almost right out of time here. Yeah, it's a great reel. I wouldn't recommend buying it though. It's a bit of a price investment. I did actually get myself an Abu Garcia 6600 C4 Royal Blue, but that's another video for another time. And I actually want to fish with it first before I give you guys a proper review, because I realize all these videos going up about reviews about reels, people are just unboxing them and saying, oh yeah, this is a great reel, it has this and this, but you never fish with it. This is a useless review. It tells me nothing. It tells me everything I could just go online and read on the box. So hopefully these videos will be more a help, and I hope to have many more in the future. I myself have about 12 rods and reels combos, and I hope to give you a nice in-depth review on each and every one of them. Until next time, this is Norm with Kennedy Catfish Tours, signing off.